October 20th, 10 a.m., courtroom number 4.
This started at 9 a.m. last time. I don't know if it matters, but...
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Both? Wait, what does that mean? That's not, I feel like if they both have decisive evidence going in opposite directions, you might need a fourth day.
if you have decisive evidence from both sides, then you can't decide.
Yeah.
That's non-decisive.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. Also, that's two guys repeating a lot seem on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss Dee Vasquez to the stand. Miss Dee Vasquez is a producer who was present at the Studio 2 trailer that day.
Are you allowed to smoke in here?
I don't know. Will the witness state her name and occupation?
Dee Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios.
On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2.
As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter.
Damn.
If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here.
Damn.
But all of these witnesses are like making Miles upset.
We're slowly just chipping away at his sanity. Because these people don't understand.
The way court cases work.
Yeah, like the guard was so mad about basic questions. It's like, no, we have to establish all of the facts one by one during the trial. Like, we have to confirm all these things. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please, give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay.
Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak.
Well, all right.
She doesn't wear pants.
She's wearing a dress. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Like, carried her on his back or something. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all.
I have a question about one part of your testimony. He's paying attention? You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you?
I swear he carried her. Oh no, damn it.
Oh, the van. There was a van.
The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that.
I couldn't walk, like, around the corner on foot in these heels.
I thought it might be risky to walk with that monkey's head toppling over. Wait, what the fuck? How'd she get to Studio 1? That makes no sense.
I think they're saying that they thought it was going to topple over because it looked risky, which the fact that they continued to just not address that problem seems like its own issue.
We should fix this, but we're not gonna.
Yeah, just drive me in the van. That'll protect me from the monkey's head.
Oh my gosh. This is...
I see.
I don't know.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it.
The final battle.
I entered the trailer, a little before noon. Object!
By yourself?
Yes.
And you didn't stop in the employee area?
No.
Are you always this terse?
Yes.
Oh dear.
The meeting began at noon sharp. It ended at 4.
Did no one leave during the meeting?
No one.
Come on, let's talk a bit more than that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. Never. That's my thing.
I was gonna say, like, she shut him down about that earlier, so...
Yeah.
The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1.
And when exactly was that?
I've forgotten.
Maybe you could try remembering?
No. I love that.
The meeting ended at 4 o'clock and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth.
I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me.
Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean?
It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van.
Oh, right.
I hope she freaks out during this trial, because I want to see her angry face.
Yeah, we needed it.
It'll make me so happy.
The smoke comes out of her ears.
I want to see it. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Blah.
Oopsie. Don't read that.
Blah, 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 blah. Bye-bye.
And what were you doing during that time?
Don't hit your desk. It irritates me.
Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops.
It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer.
Don't you have someone who can verify this?
Sal,
No, I mean someone else.
one person is enough.
You don't get to decide that. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak.
He ate both.
If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak.
Well, Nick, find anything? Just look at her necklace, see where it ends. It's like weird. Like when she puts her shoulders down, it like doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, the white beads.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
So I think the purple beads are on her hair.
Oh, the purple beads are on her hair. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot to take in. We'll have to look at the cosplayers online that have solved this problem. Because somebody's done it by now.
Let's cosplay this, Keith.
I kind of wish you'd said a little more. I have the easier job if we do that.
Yeah, honestly, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure I'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said. Somewhere. Thanks, Maya. That's not really helpful, but whatever.
Yeah.
You're a sweetie pie, it's fine. I entered the trailer.
It's looping.
Noon. Ba, 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 ba.
So we need to find the evidence now that we can use on this. So the van's also now evidence. Sleeping pills. But that's the wrong T-bone steaks.
And maybe she was like, "Hey, Sal, I need you to eat both of these steaks so I can go commit a murder," and it looks like I wasn't there. So eat this other steak to prove my innocence.
Yeah, so they said we're looking for evidence that she didn't eat the steak.
Yeah, but okay, so it's not gonna be that one because that's the one that the willpowers ate. I don't understand how. Okay, the monkey head. When did it fall again? Because like I don't understand the whole thing about driving because the monkey head was dangerous because you can't drive around the monkey head and like I don't know why you'd mention it if it wasn't already fallen.
Yeah, like I think she was talking about then like being afraid of the monkey head that has not fallen yet.
That's
which
such
seems
a
really
weird
iffy.
thing. Yeah, that's too weird. But then again, this game is weird. The monkey head fell at 2, but that's still within the time frame. So, well, supposedly fell at 2, 15 or whatever.
I wish we had more detail about a previous thing that was said.
What was that?
So Salmonella said that he had to hurry to the meeting.
Yeah, and he said he
had to take the steak with him or something.
Yeah, or we couldn't tell.
We couldn't tell if he grabbed one and brought him with him,
or if he had Penny bring one.
Or if he had Penny bring one, because he said something about the efforts of Penny, but it wasn't clear if it was her efforts at bringing them T-bone steaks or having made them in the first place.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
At Site A.
Yeah.
But it very well might be that there wasn't a T-bone steak for her to eat in the first place, therefore she couldn't have been eating one.
Well, there were 2 plates there.
Yeah.
At Studio 2 that implied.
Which is also confusing because they're supposed to be at a meeting with other people, right?
Yeah, but there was only 2
But why is there
plates.
only evidence of 2 people being
And I want to point out something that was never brought up and won't be brought up, but on the plates that they had at Studio 2, there were no bones on them, and that made me upset that it was never brought up because they specifically mentioned, there's no bones on them, and I was like, is the joke that they ate the bones because they were so hungry, or is it going to come up later because they weren't eating T-bone steak? But it's not going to ever come up.
What can we present as counter evidence to anything?
Okay, keep going. Well, let's go through her dialogue again.
Start at noon and
Ends
at 4.
So, did you say, when she had her break? When was the break at?
2:30. The time of the murder.
I really do think it's the fucking...
Time of the murder.
I really feel like it's that stupid monkey head falling at 2:15.
You think that's the evidence?
With the van. But I think you have to go to that part with her in the van. Or, yeah. And that's the only thing I could think of, but...
So they entered the trailer before noon. Meeting started at noon. Went to Studio 1 for the rehearsal. Had Sal take me. So they took the studio. Sal drove her from Studio 2 to Studio 1.
Well, but how'd the van get back then? The van couldn't have gotten back if the monkey head was falling either way.
Wait, the timeline here is weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So, no matter what, the van can't do that.
The meeting began at 12, ended at 4. There was a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. T-bone steaks. She talks about going to Studio 1, but her next line, once again, seems to talk about her being in Studio 2, with no context of how she got back.
Yeah.
It's almost like she's just saying things out of chronological order.
Well, Nick, find anything? It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. Blah 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 blah. I think it's got to be the fucking the van and the monkey, because none of this makes sense. If the van went there, and then the monkey head fell, then she couldn't have gotten back with the van, or the van could never made it in the first place. There's just no way, because the monkey head's still fucking there. I'm mad at her.
So you think I'm supposed to pick the fatigued, so I had Sal take me, and then pick the monkey head?
Yeah, well, she doesn't say anything about the van in this testimony here. But
if you press her on this, she talks about how she took the van.
Well, but yeah, but can you...
Which is also clarified by the guy.
Are you able to present evidence when she says that? Or can you only present evidence here?
You can only present evidence in this menu.
Yeah, that's why I'm not sure.
At the moment, I don't really have any ideas.
That's the only idea I have. But I think that's it,
what the connection is between any of our items and her testimonies. It don't make sense to me. Kind of wish it hadn't been several days since our last session now, but with this is fucking the game. The missions are so long. I don't think it has anything to do with it. I really do think it has to be one of those two things, because I don't understand how that would work.
Because none of your other evidence is going to work at all.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I can try it. So this is what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice generic statement. That means we're wrong, probably. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and that statement just now related? They aren't,
Damn
are
it.
they?
I don't... That's the only... That
Not at
has
all.
to be it.
Please think the facts over before making accusations. I just... What am I... back to the beginning. Really wish you could click through these faster. I entered the trailer a little before noon. Is there anything that contradicts that? How could it?
I don't think so.
We have like no other timelines about her day that we can contradict anything with. This doesn't make any sense to me.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I don't see any connection to anything about what to do.
Okay, showed up before noon. It went from noon to 4. At 2... Like, I don't understand why she shouldn't be saying this here. She should be saying this after.
The order of the lines of what she says don't make any sense.
The van... She couldn't have fucking used the van.
She like doubles back in her testimony, which is for some reason like edited like a fucking Tarantino film.
So very interestingly. Okay, so... But she says... She... Okay, but wait. Well, no, but how do you... Okay. They were supposed to be in Studio 1 at this time. Yeah, because they went to Studio 1. It never talks about her coming back. That's the problem. She never talks about herself coming back from Studio 1. The break implies that the break would have been taken at Studio 1 because she doesn't mention anything about when she came back.
No. I don't think that's right. I think she for some reason talks about like their trip to Studio 1 at 4 o'clock when the head's cleared, but then she doubles back for some reason to talking about the break they took at 2:30 for the time of the crime. Well,
but that's still like supports my monkey head theory, because if it was
but
at 4
I'm
o'clock...
saying it can't be 4 o'clock for the... she can't be talking about 4 o'clock or after for the break, because the whole point of her talking about the break is it's her alibi for when the murder happened at 2:30.
Her break was at 2:30.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I just said.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's why we have to ignore the order in which she's saying things. Because her going back to Studio 1 was 4 o'clock when the monkey head was cleared.
But she should never have gone back to the Studio 1 at 4 o'clock if the murder just happened at 2:30.
They didn't know. Her version of the narrative is that the body is found at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
When they go there for the rehearsal. So in their version of the narrative, the body was found at 4 o'clock after the head was cleared.
That's
so
dumb.
the whole point of the T-bone steaks is that it's her alibi for 2 o'clock.
How do you? They mentioned you proving that she didn't eat T-bone steaks, but I have no clue how you do that.
Oopsie. Thankfully, this doesn't have consequences, but.
Like, the only thing
it's so much work just to get back to that page again.
The thing that's unfortunate is she talks about the T-bone steak, and then they're like, "Oh, you should figure something out about that." But the only evidence you have is not the T-bone steak she had.
Yeah, it's the other person's. Yeah, that's what's even more confusing, is this is somebody else's steak entirely. So I'm like, what the fuck do I do with that?
It's not as if anyone else was poisoned by this.
Because this is the one piece of evidence we got. It was the hint, it was the hint the game gave us was that we needed to figure out what to do, how to prove that she didn't eat T-bone steaks.
That's the only T-bone steak evidence we have.
Yeah, I'm like, what here proves that? My attorney's badge? Autopsy report. This is just how the guy died. Unrelated. This is the person walking around. Unrelated. This is just the map. Unrelated. The weapon. Unrelated. The monkey's head? Maybe. Probably not related. Definitely not related. Definitely not related. It's definitely not related because that's the past. This is completely other characters involved with the sleeping bottle. So like the only thing I can even think of being kind of related to her testimony is the steak plate, the van, and the head.
Yeah, but I just don't know when.
I don't see how you like rub this statement on that item to make the result happen.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's like probably not worth us like risking our health points, but like, I wonder if you need to present. Because that's the only hint we've gotten is a T-bone steak. I wonder if just presenting the steak somehow will make something happen during this screen, but I just don't know. I can't guarantee that it might risk us our health.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
at this point,
it's what I was thinking of doing, even though it's the wrong steak plate.
I think you should do it. That's like the only hint we've gotten.
I feel like the adventure game logic of how these interactions work has only become more esoteric and confusing.
Yeah.
Of like what the fuck they want from you sometimes. But this is what I was thinking of doing. Yeah. As I thought.
Well,
this is somehow the answer, even though it's the wrong steak plate.
See, at this point, it's like, well, you tell us how it's the answer, because we as game players don't know.
You claim you ate a T-bone steak, but I say you did not. In other words, I enact the clause.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
No,
What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer.
Oh my gosh, are they going to point out the thing that I pointed out?
That they didn't have
Oh
bones.
my gosh. Why was this not made a bigger deal? I thought this already. And I'm so sad this wasn't already a piece of evidence. I pointed this out already. It was my first comment.
Yet there was no bones left on the plates. Also, no one fucking cleans up after themselves in this entire studio.
That plate you presented was not related to this.
I would be so fucking self-conscious if I just like left my plate lying and walked away. It's somebody else's problem. Fuck it. I'm a movie actor.
It's fucking Penny's problem. That's her job.
The plates were bare. There's something.
Swear.
Oh. Got a first angry face. Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone?
See, I was like, I wonder if
I think I know how.
See, I was like, I wonder
You ate the bone too!
You monster. Remember, I was like, I wonder if there's a dog. I kept saying, I wonder if there's a dog because there's no bone there. Ugh.
I guess you didn't eat the steak?
Yeah, that's the only...
Why is the plate so dirty?
Also, I don't think a boneless steak,
I
think that would work against you.
A boneless steak just doesn't in any way...
Is that a real thing?
Yeah?
Well, I mean, is it... Sorry?
Steaks are boneless?
Can you get a T-bone steak without a bone in it? Does it just have like a T-shape missing?
Just cut it out in the middle. I mean, they'd have to, right?
You guys tell that I don't eat steak?
Yeah. Just cut it out. It's like asking them to cut the fucking crust off your sandwich at a restaurant.
I'll ask for that.
Can I also get you a bendy straw, will, please?
Yes, please. I would like that. Please.
You didn't eat any steak during that break.
No steak on that break.
I like how you made it rhyme. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator.
Oh yeah, that's my. I made that comment too. Did I make that comment too?
So you threw the incinerator. So you threw the steak away to make it seem like the plate was dirty and like they could say that they ate something because that'll be their alibi. They were actually counting on the idea that like, you know, T-bone steaks take a long time to eat, so I couldn't have possibly been a murderer at the same time. Like that's the argument we're making.
I don't know how long it takes to eat a T-bone steak.
I don't really know either. I don't know. I mean, it's a sit-down dinner
Leave it in the comments, guys. How long does it take you to eat a T-bone steak?
Honestly,
because I don't fucking know.
Feels like a lot for lunch, honestly.
How big is it? It's like...
But also, like...
Is it like the size of a book? Like a paperback novel?
Paperback
novel.
What
That's not how the song goes.
I'm having trouble envisioning a T-bone steak size. It might be. I don't know. I don't like steak like at all. I'm a traitor.
I just always remember that
for me it's a little weird that like we did all the investigating and Phoenix never thought any of these things or even cared about the incinerator.
No.
Like he never gave a fuck.
I swear.
But he somehow's making this leap, and I'm like, Phoenix, why didn't you give a shit about the incinerator at the time?
Me
Phoenix?
personally, I'm gonna go back in time because I think I specifically mentioned the bones being missing and the incinerator specifically because I was like, oh, I wonder if there's a dog here, and then I think I said, oh, I wonder if they threw it in the incinerator. I think I made this comment, and if I did, I'm gonna go back and be really proud of past Stephanie.
It's so specific. It also definitely means that Salmonella is in on it.
Well, of course, he loves this lady, and he probably would do anything she asked him to.
Murder. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break?
Killing.
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Picking on Salmonella.
That's what I would do on my break.
She was meeting with the Steel Samurai.
I like her pose, just cool.
Order. Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Clench mode. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Mr. Wright?
Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it?
Yes.
Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. It is
really funny that in all these murder investigations, the person who actually did the murder keeps like volunteering as like a witness and just kind of showing up on the last day to be accused of murder on the spot.
Try me. It's pretty gutsy.
Any day, Vasquez.
Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? How can you fucking forget? Oh yes, the samurai spear.
Yes.
As if anyone could forget. I am, as you see, a woman of petite stature.
You're really gonna make the argument that as a fully grown woman, I couldn't possibly wield the spear for one stab?
I could definitely kill someone with a spear. And if I could do it, she could do it.
Yeah. It's completely, women aren't fucking cardboard or anything. Like, they get their, this argument's just fucking weird.
How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon?
Oh no, our health bar's at risk, apparently. It's flashing at us.
How about you could you? You asked Salmonella to do it? Do you think she had Salmonella do it? Which is stupid, because if there's no, okay, if that's the argument, I'm gonna be mad, because there is no way that he, like, I don't think he could do it more than she can.
We've already established that they're probably in cahoots with each other on this whole thing.
He doesn't look like he's strong.
So it feels like yeah, but I feel like that's where the narrative's setting up, is the idea that she had him do the murder.
Well, that's probably why else would she need him? He's definitely a part of it.
Guilty of conspiracy to murder, I think, still. There's a term for that. I think that's it.
A Charles Manson situation
where he didn't actually do the killings,
yeah.
But definitely should go to jail.
Well, he did go to jail.
Yeah.
But not for that. Not for murdering specifically.
I think you'd have a great deal of difficulty using it as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Why is it a movie prop then? It seems like it's well over seems like it's well beyond the standard of like realism and like cartoonishly heavy, apparently. Like why is it Thor's hammer? Only this one person could possibly hold it.
I know that is like very inconvenient.
It's above and beyond for just a convincingly heavy movie prop. It's
Yeah.
like, and not a woman could literally not lift it. It's impossible. You gotta have the right chromosome. It's DNA coded.
Yeah, it's Thor's hammer, but you have to be a man to pick it up. You see,
Instead of being picked up by being worthy, it's just entirely patriarchy.
fuck. Oh no.
Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case.
Meaning?
The samurai spear was not the murder weapon.
Oh, well, that went a different direction than I thought it was going to go. All right,
What?
game. Take us there.
What?
Take us to this.
Where the fuck are you going, Phoenix?
I wasn't expecting this turn of events. What? Apparently that's the right answer. She got mad.
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body.
Can you show him the broken spear?
I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon.
Yeah.
So this is when the broken spear comes up. Is it the idea that it wouldn't be able to like stab him and then come back out because it was just being held on by duct tape?
I think so.
I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast, Edgeworth. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through?
Old bag. Oh!
But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape.
Oh, me.
Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who's wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order, order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're...
Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard.
Interesting power move.
Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer?
Well, we didn't think about this, so...
Yeah, the fence.
Is it gonna be, I was gonna say, is it gonna be the broken fence?
The broken fence.
I think that's what it is, to be honest. Because I don't know what else it could be. Unless it was the monkey's head. You just dropped it right on him.
Just dropped it on him.
He would look a lot different. I think it's that. I feel... What else could it be? We don't got anything. A van? Was it the van?
There was the sleeping pills. It was the bone.
Just right down his
They
throat.
incinerated it down to just the bone and they stabbed him with it.
He saw the stab wound, so it's, well...
They
Right.
pulled the bone out of the steak, stabbed him with it, then threw it in the incinerator. It's the classic icicle dagger trick where there's no murder weapon left over.
Oh my gosh. I think I saw that on... Was that on Mythbusters one time?
It probably was.
The ice bullet.
Because the ice murder weapon is an ongoing like dumb riddle answer, and so they might have done it on MythBusters just to see if it was doable.
Well, because you can't shoot an ice bullet out of a
But
gun.
yeah, no,
and
I
have
think
it
this is the
blast.
evidence because it shows that puncture in the actual photo. So I think that's how we present evidence for this.
I think so too.
Yeah. I can tell you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? Yes. In fact, several times now I've made a claim
I've been
without knowing what the real answer was. Almost
guessing
like I'm a defense attorney.
quite a lot. I guess all the time.
I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright.
That's true.
Damn. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Look at this photo. What is this?
The judge is like, that's a whole
Why?
nother murder that we have never solved.
Yeah.
That we don't even know about.
Yeah,
so.
fucking get ready for 3 more days.
Yeah.
Well, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order, order. If I cannot have order in this trial, this trial will be suspended. The audience can affect the trial when we have a 3-day time limit? This seems kind of fucky.
What if they like hire members of the audience to rebel rouse and then cause it to get delayed and ruined?
Well, you just spoiled case 12 of Phoenix Wright.
Oh no.
Oh no. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident in Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. That was someone's reaction for some reason to the situation, was to immediately take a photo while everyone else was shocked. Like, everyone's screaming, like, oh my god, he's dead! And this person's like, kick it. Neat, click.
Oh, it was the little kid. That little kid was here. He's the one that took the picture.
Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. The entire family of the victim was killed to keep them quiet. It was a close-kept secret to the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago? I used my mind powers! Has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss Dee Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence.
I'm surprised she's like that. That's way how.
That's quite an angle, but she couldn't wield a spear.
Yeah, apparently that's
she can throw a man.
Easy. Hey man, whatever.
Here's the thing you don't understand. How I can just
kill a man.
Just like
Bullshit.
Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die.
Whoa, karmic retribution or something.
This game's full of copycat murders.
Yeah, oh yeah. The
second statue death, the second clock statue death, and then the second, like, fence stabbing.
Those are all very specific.
On the same place, yeah. The day that you saw that other man die on that fence, you saw your own death in 5 years. Tick-tock, motherfucker.
Damn.
He died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it?
Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff.
I guess she really doesn't want to make kids shows anymore.
No, that's not a...
You deny that what I say is true?
Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break?
No, we're saying that Salmonella's in on it with you.
He had this whole time.
Yeah, if he's in on it with you, then the 15-minute break is out of relevancy. It doesn't matter.
That's a moot point if everyone else knows you knows about it.
Also, the statue was never an obstacle because you could just drag him to the woods, which we've established. Even though no one in the game acknowledges it, like, the woods are clearly a place you can just walk through. They're just fucking trees. Well, it's not the dark wood.
For the sake of argument, we're just gonna pretend, or we're gonna be like, whatever. We're gonna forget the
all
woods.
These characters are acting like it's fucking like the game Darkwood, where the woods are like a Lovecraftian nightmare that creates a physical border because they're so densely grown together.
That game looked cool. I liked it.
The game's so fucking cool.
How could I have disposed of the body? You didn't dispose of it. You just put it somewhere else. You dressed it up like a creep.
Yeah. I'm gonna test the corpse.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer.
The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body?
Wait.
I bet she could move it.
Yeah, okay, so it's not I bet she can move it. Well, it's like she couldn't deal with it, so she had other people deal with it. But you could also say she had another way, as if she had another person do it.
Yeah.
Either way, she had salmonella do it, so I don't know which one of those you're supposed to pick. Because they're both, like, the correct... Although you're not going to get penalized for choosing wrong.
Seems like it, yeah. What if she had another way to carry the body other than with her own hands?
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean.
The van.
Or salmonella.
And the van.
Yeah. How I can just van a man, for instance.
Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
They just had the body in the van. It would have been nice if we could look at the incinerator in the van for evidence in the investigative stage, but, you know.
Whatever.
Thanks, Phoenix. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Oh. Did I make that mistake, or did he make that mistake?
Interesting. Let's hear it then.
Because yesterday we knew that the murder happened in lot 2, but the body was in lot 1.
Yeah.
But we never checked the van.
Oh.
And I don't know if I ever had an option to, really.
Well, no, but when we click...
Well, like, that should have been a fucking, like, step 1 thing to check in the in-between.
We did click on the van, and we had dialogue about how we can't drive it.
Oh, I did click on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had dialogue back and forth about how, like, we can't drive it, and we made jokes about how people in LA don't have cars anyway.
No, yeah.
So I don't think we could have, but maybe, I don't know if we could have checked it the second day and had different dialogue on it, but sorry.
Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body.
Van picture.
There's no fast way. I have to go there. Oh, there we go. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. They know cars exist. They know my secret.
Oh no!
Recall your testimony.
There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me.
The van's even in her testimony, right?
She should not have mentioned it, to be honest.
Yeah.
There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me.
The game needed her to mention it so we could add it to our list of evidence, because that's how this game works. Including the fact that, like, seemingly the murderer always has to, like, become a witness at the end so we can accuse them. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget it was Sal Manella that drove the van.
Yeah, he's in trouble too.
Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator?
Yes.
Of course he was. Of course, Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone.
I really don't think salmonella is, like, particularly strong. I think she would have needed help pulling the armored body off the spike. Probably.
That's the primary spot where you need a second person.
I mean, I guess having 2 people is better than 1 anyway, but yeah. I just don't like this whole thing where she can't have done any of it. It's like, she definitely could have, but whatever.
She did a badass wrestling move where she apparently pushed him.
Yeah!
She didn't even push him, like... The logical thing was just, she pushed him
down the stairs,
spikes.
or like... But, like, she pushed him, like, over the railing?
Well, yeah, like, the logical thing is that
feet?
she just pushed him next to the... Like, they were just by the spike, and then she shoved him, and he fell on it. But the explanation that Phoenix comes up with is that she somehow pushed him over the stairs railing, and she, like, catapulted a few, like... to, like, the second spike over.
She's like Chun-Li. She can't use a spear. She, like, threw his ass.
It's impossible to use a spear. A spear that, I'll remind you, broke. He fell over once holding it and it snapped. That's how strong the spear is.
But apparently it was
fucking
strong enough to be really heavy.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the steel samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. wow, like Phoenix really heavily leans on that incinerator as evidence while having never remarked on it while we were actually on the case and never caring about it.
What?
If he thought so much stuff happened to the incinerator, he should have looked at it at some point.
Well, he made a comment on it, but it was like nothing. It was just like, oh, an incinerator.
Yeah. Weird. It has scraps of costume bits that look like chunks of the Steel Samurai and a T-bone steak. This is weird.
Well, yeah. They can check for fibers.
That just looks like a fucking...
I don't know.
I had one of those in my backyard once. Like, I don't think it's like a fucking industrial grade, like, it's mega incinerator that's gonna turn everything into like sand. Like, there's gonna be like evidence left behind.
It's not like a morgue level, like, crematorium.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not gonna turn grandma into ashes. I think there's gonna be a bone, and so on. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue?
No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun.
I
All right.
win.
Bye.
Everyone's like, the fuck did she just say? What happened? So, what happens next? Don't me. Don't you have anything to say?
What would you like me to say?
Huh? I lost? Something like that.
I just said that. She did.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, what's up with Phoenix? Ooh, wait, so you mean... Dee Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer. The situation.
The whole courtroom's just like... Who can say?
Huh?
Well, you can say. Are you sure I did, Mr. Wright? We just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer.
Right.
But that is only a possibility.
She was just saying we win the battle of wits.
She's just being cheeky.
Yeah, so it's weirdly ambiguous.
That is.
She like that was like open to interpretation, or she could have just been like convicted. That was a really dumb move on her part.
Maybe she changed her mind at the last minute. She's like, let me spin this back.
It's going, you win. It's like, what if everyone in the fucking room just simultaneously interprets that as a confession?
Yeah, what if it's like, damn it, I admitted to it. I forgot that he needs to prove it. Can I go back?